大家新年好，我叫 Luuk. In this video you will see me celebrating the Chinese New Year for the first time in my life. I didn't just go to one of the big cities in China, because I went to the countryside of Guizhou to see what Chinese New Year is really like, to understand what it means to the people who live here, and to experience the traditions that come to life during this special time of the year. My first task was getting there. Luckily, this wasn't too difficult, thanks to China's incredible high-speed railway system. I think it's fair to say it's much more advanced than what we have in Europe. I left my apartment in Guangzhou early in the morning, since my train was leaving at 6:30. It was early, but luckily the station wasn't too crowded yet. It's incredible to think about how connected China is, and how millions of people can return home to celebrate the Chinese New Year with their families. After watching the beautiful sunrise on the train and making a quick transfer in Hunan, I finally arrived around 2 o'clock in Guizhou, in the small town of Sansui, ready to begin discovering what life here is really like. I was welcomed at the station by the family who invited me to share this new year with them. They live in a village near Sansui. But first, we made our way into town to gather what we needed for the new year. Fireworks were a priority, a tradition that cannot be overlooked. All around us, vendors were selling bright red decorations, and stacks of fresh vegetables hinted at a large family meal still to come. Sansui felt lively, yet unpolished, not shaped by tourism, but by everyday life. That evening we visited relatives here in Sansui and shared dinner together. Afterwards I experienced tea prepared in the traditional way, calm and deliberate. As I drifted off to sleep, I knew this was only the first glimpse of what was to come. The next morning I didn't need an alarm. Fireworks were more than enough to wake me up. Before breakfast, the family took time to honor their ancestors, offering food as part of a long-standing tradition. And to my surprise, I was given the honor of lighting the first firecrackers of the day. It was a simple gesture, but it meant a lot. After the fireworks, it was time for breakfast. The house slowly came to life as the family gathered to eat and start the day together. It was my first time trying this breakfast, and I really enjoyed it. Later that morning, I helped hang up New Year decorations. We then went for a walk around the village. Although these villages are far from big cities, it was impressive to see how well developed it looks today, with proper roads throughout the whole village. Life in this village felt peaceful and slow, surrounded by mountains, with fireworks going off in the distance. For lunch, the family followed the same traditional ritual. This time, they also burned symbolic paper money to honor their ancestors. And of course, there was another round of firecrackers. We also ate a special type of noodles that I had never tried before. And once again, it was really delicious. After living in Guangzhou for 5 months, it felt very good to be here. Even though it was very cold, I found warmth in the small moments. Sitting around the little sun, eating sunflower seeds with the family. As evening approached, the amount of fireworks started to increase. The streets were filled with smoke and noise. Fireworks are traditionally set off to scare away the Nian monster and bring good luck for the new year. In the evening, it was time for another amazing dinner with the family. After dinner, I helped wash the dishes, a small way to show my gratitude. Afterwards, we watched the Spring Festival Gala and set off more fireworks, waiting for midnight to arrive. As a foreigner, I found it very interesting to watch all the different performances at the Spring Festival Gala. Even the cat was sitting there, watching very carefully. A few minutes before midnight, there was one final remembrance ritual to honor their ancestors. And then, the countdown began. Fireworks filled the sky and the whole village with light and sound. The new year had begun. Today was the Spring Festival. We started the day with breakfast in the village before going for a walk along the river nearby. A quiet and beautiful moment, surrounded by mountains. The sound of the water and the fresh mountain air made it feel calm and timeless. A simple moment of peace before the rest of the day unfolded. Later, we drove further into the mountains to visit the cemetery of family members, to pay our respects and clean the graves from growing branches. I helped with that as well. A meaningful moment. In the afternoon, we went into Sansui to have lunch and buy some groceries and fireworks. In the evening, we had one final dinner together and set off more fireworks to celebrate the Spring Festival. On my last day, I started the morning with breakfast in the village. It was a quiet moment, knowing it was time to leave soon. After saying goodbye, I got into the car and left the village behind, heading back to Guangzhou. As we drove away, I watched the village disappear between the mountains, thinking about everything I had experienced during this journey. The people, the traditions, the family meals and the moments we shared during the fireworks. This journey showed me that Chinese New Year is not just about celebrations, but about family, memory and spiritual connection. It is about coming home and remembering where you come from. To all the Chinese people, I want to say thank you. You are wonderful people with an amazing country and a beautiful culture. 新年快乐，谢谢。
对，这是塞呀。